What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I see the title's going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. It says Trump launches website to support American mothers. Obviously, I'm gonna play a clip for y'all. It's always a problem. Like I said in my last video, if you haven't checked that out, make sure y'all go check it out. But it's literally always a problem. President Trump can do the most amazing thing in the world, and people will still have an issue with it. Speaking on, since this video is about them, The View will have something to say about it. Check it out right here, y'all.
In recognition of this ambitious agenda to support American mothers, today we're announcing a new website that is online right now. It's Moms.Gov. Moms.Gov. You couldn't have put that in the Trump deal. You had to give me a new one. Competition. This guy, he wants to make me work so hard. So explain Moms.Gov, would you please, Dr. Oz?
Well, we're going to have a whole discussion about it, sir, a little bit later. If we could, we want Katie to speak a bit about the first issue you mentioned, but Moms.Gov is a beautiful site. Folks want to check it right now while we're talking.
Yeah, you really should, and it's pretty incredible. Something that Senator Rubio and I tried to do, sir, but you're the one who actually did it, along with.
Well, I like TrumpRx.gov.
I
love moms. I love moms, but I like TrumpRx.gov. You put me in there, I got to make sure he gives me competition now. He wants her to work. That's all right. We're only kidding. I have to say we're kidding, otherwise they'll do. Trump and us had a major dispute. Bobby broke them up. It was a terrible, terrible dispute. These people. I encourage every mom to visit this new page where they will find helpful information about addressing clinical care, pregnancy resources, nutrition tips, Trump RX, and Trump accounts.
So before I play this clip, I took it upon myself, to actually, and if I can find it here, let me see here. So you literally have it here. Says President Trump, and I'm going to obviously show y'all because I'm actually going to go to it. I don't know why it sent me here. But it says President Trump announces Moms.Gov, a new website addressing the needs of mothers and fathers who face difficult and unexpected pregnancies and ensuring the well-being of mothers and the health of American families. So again, I literally had the website pulled up, but it sent me there. But you go on here, it says resources, information, and help for new and expecting mothers, which I think is an amazing thing to do and to have, obviously, especially for mothers that, go through, obviously difficult times, things going down, having two girls, two kids, I don't know. It's a lot that comes with it. It's truly a lot to come with it, especially, and I can't really say too much because obviously I'm not the one that's having a baby, but I can say that it definitely is a lot that come with it. And one thing about it is that you definitely want to be there. You definitely want to be there because it is something that can be difficult. It can be tough, and something that could, I feel like it's one of the best things that happened to me. The best things one of the best things that happened in my life. Having both of my girls. It's something that I feel like no father should, miss. And obviously, I understand, a lot of the times, but when it comes to obviously things that go on in your relationships, I should say. But at the same time, it's something that you should miss. I don't really want to go deep off into that. But you have this right here. Let's let everybody have, opinion on things. You have addressing the needs of mothers and fathers who face difficult and unexpected pregnancies and ensuring the well-being of mothers and the health of American families. So you literally have a lot of things that's going down. Pregnancy centers. There are more than 2,700 pregnancy centers across the country. It's everything, over 16,000 service sites staffed by medical professionals such as doctors, dentists, therapists, social workers, OBGYNs, pediatricians, case managers. It's a lot, that I find that it's definitely pretty cool, to have a lot of this. You literally have nutrition, quick facts for mothers, which I feel like this is something that's truly big to have. This is something that truly, I'm not gonna lie, bothered me a lot because, and it's very important, and I'm not gonna say it's as in a bad thing, but it was one thing of trying to understand what to eat and what not to eat, and then on top of that, let me tell y'all something. Being with somebody of, being pregnant, whether, I'm sure many of y'all know that you have to watch what you do. Me personally, I got away with, our first child. Probably wouldn't do it again. Just seeing how, I guess, sad it wasn't really like, because, it's a lot of mothers that have different emotions with, a lot of things. But when I tell you I had crazy snacks, I had Caesar salad wrap. I'm talking about, but I wasn't thinking. I was hungry, but I wasn't thinking about, but then when the second pregnancy came, you kind of learn from your mistakes, I guess you could say. Because when I tell you that our first child, Rennie, she's 5 now. She just turned 5. When I tell y'all that I had a Caesar salad, I had chips, I had drinks, I had all types of snacks, candy, all of that, and she couldn't eat nothing. So I kind of felt bad. But as far as like throughout, what I'm talking about as far as, in the hospital when she already had a baby. But during the pregnancy, it's definitely pretty tough too, because I'm pretty sure you can only have a cup of coffee. Can't really eat too much seafood. It says right here, nursing mothers should eat a wide variety of nutrition, omega-3 rich seafood. Or was it seafood? I'm pretty sure you can eat seafood. It was some with sandwich meat. It's a lot. It's a lot when it comes down to it. I'm not going to lie. But one thing about it, you got Moms.Gov, and you can check it out. I'm no expert. You literally have right here, jumpstart your child's future with Trump accounts. We're building a long-term financial security for millions of children by creating a tax advantage investment accounts for U.S. citizens under the age of 18. Eligible children enrolled in Trump's accounts will receive $1,000 from the U.S. Treasury, an account that they can access at 18 years old, which I feel like is an amazing, amazing thing. I truly do. And I truly support of what they're doing. This is pretty tight. Looking to start a family says find the world's lowest price on prescription medication on Trump RX, which is pretty tight too. And I definitely love it. So you have a lot of things, when it comes down to breastfeeding, when it comes down to nutrition, and something that's very important to me is mental health. Mental health is really big when it comes down to anybody, especially when it comes to women. You hear a lot about a postpartum. That is something that's truly serious, and that people need to, take account for, because it definitely is. You also have adoption. Adoption is something that, look at me. Speaking, I feel like this is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm learning a lot going through this. Adoption. When it comes to adoption, obviously my parents. I have something on my sweatshirt, and I hope it's not showing in my video. My parents, they've adopted. My grandmother, my grandmother is still, in fact, a foster parent. My mom and dad has a home health care business as well. So, I'm being around a lot of individuals. I'm pretty sure it's home health care. A lot of individuals that I'm around and seeing, and it's something that I've seen for myself. A lot of these things. You got Early Head Start. Says Early Head Start serves low-income pregnant women and new mothers. Programs provide a structured prenatal services that typically include health education, nutrition, and diet support, parenting and childbirth education, home visiting, care coordination. So a lot of these things, you can apply for Head Start right here. A lot of these things are amazing things. You learn about infections, health conditions when it comes to high blood pressure, type 1 diabetes. So with all this being said of what I'm trying to say and what I'm doing is, how could somebody truly hate and be disrespectful and not support, I guess, not to sit there and bash and to talk crazy and to say this and say that about something that's truly helping a lot of, these mothers that don't really, people got to realize too, a lot of individuals don't really know what to do when it comes down to being pregnant. And I feel like things like this definitely does help a lot. And I feel like the things that President Trump doing, and people say it all the time, like he's doing this, he's doing that. It truly gives me, it brings me joy because it's like you have so many things that's obviously coming together and things that's getting done that the last administration didn't do. You literally have it here. Says the View co-host just lied about Trump's accounts until Alyssa Farah-Griffin pushed back, causing Bayard to lash out. Check it out.
We get you, but what gets you?
What gets me is this lie that they care about children. They seem to care about white children. But like when they say more Trump babies, what does that mean? Okay, I'm just asking the question. And I would like to just...
When you saying more Trump babies, why do they necessarily to move to race? Why is it automatically all okay? Do they not know that President Trump has a large like support base, like a really big fan base, a really like, do they not understand that regardless of the skin color? So when they bring this up, it just goes to show you these are things that I'm talking about and I constantly talk about on a daily basis. You have something that's obviously really good that I just read off, and then they turn it around and make it something bad and bring race into it.
To remind people that this administration dismantled USAID, which helps children around the world. They cut $13 billion in foreign aid, resulting in an estimated 500,000 children dying. And 4.5 million children under 5 could die by 2030 due to largely preventable diseases like pneumonia, diarrhea, HIV, malaria, and tuberculosis. So don't tell me you care about children. You only care about these children that you call Trump children.
But it is accessible to any American.
But that... Let's look at the overall...
Exactly. Y'all didn't hear me read not one time. Y'all didn't hear me read and say, oh, this is only for people that vote for Trump. Y'all heard me say anybody can apply. Mothers can, man, I'm telling y'all, this right here, it just goes to show you the lies they put out.
Trump child is accessible to anyone who wants to sign up.
I'm looking at the overall picture of this administration. Stop BSing me, okay? That's all. Go ahead.
I'll just quickly say.
That's all because she know that she just put out a bold-faced lie. She has nothing else to say because Alyssa checked that and said, and like I said, I'm no fan of Alyssa just because she flip-flops. She does that a lot. But you truly have Joy Behar here that gets mad and has nothing else to say because, again, she tried to flip the script and say, okay, well, he's making it seem like this is just Trump children, people that vote for Trump. No, that's not the case at all. Y'all just heard me say anybody can apply, anybody can get that access to information and it's just there. It's just there. It is not that it say, oh, TrumpMoms.com or Trump.gov or this. It's Moms.Gov. That's all it is. That's it. And anybody can access. Y'all see how quick I access it? I'm telling y'all. Y'all see what they do.
Because I think everyone's making great points. I think two things can be true at the same time. I think that the intent can be questioned behind these new Trump policies. There was no acknowledgement of the black maternal mortality crisis because black women die at a much higher rate than any other demographic. Than any other demographic. And
I feel like that's been said and that's been, but at the same time, why do they have to continue to insert race when it comes down to it, and negativity at that? That is something that's sad. That is something that I've heard, but at the same time, when it comes down to it, that goes for a lot of women. They say, I'm pretty sure, have it, and I don't know, I've heard it a lot. I don't think I ever looked it up, but I've heard it a lot that having that pregnancy and going into labor is the closest thing when it comes to what do they say, death or something like that, right? If I'm not mistaken. So if you literally having that, why and they could have put that in there. They could have put, and it probably is, but at the same time, why throw race into that? Sonny always trying to make this about race and they're not putting in there about the man. Just be glad that they have something for moms. This just goes to show you on how trash it can be when it comes down to the View. When you literally got a president and Dr. Oz that's truly in the Trump administration that's making something and having something for moms, for women to access. Because not to mention, like I've said, there's a lot of women that don't get taught a lot of things. And sometimes you do. have to look at the internet to see how to do this and how to do that. That right there gives you everything that you truly need to know. And when you're having that, and then you have this, you had a view that's constantly sitting on here and making this out to be this and bringing race up into it. They're supposed, mind you, it's what, 5 women sitting there, if I'm not mistaken. You got five women sitting there, and they're supposed to be more of uplifters. They're supposed to be the ones that truly go. And this is something that y'all do need to check out. Even though we're not supportive of President Trump and we don't like him, or as Whoopi says, you know who. If you're not supportive, I'm not supportive of this individual. Y'all should still go look at that, because that's something that y'all can access pretty quick. Seeing it's not a long URL, it's nothing long. It's Moms.Gov, just that fast, and you can look at different things. Not only do you look, you can actually start something. They have that $1,000 program. Not only that, but you have that Head Start. You have different programs that you can apply for to get that assistance. But you have them that constantly do things like this. And it's truly sickening and sad.
Rate than any other demographic. Than any other demographic, and he doesn't seem to be. This administration is not concerned about that. I think it's true that he wants Trump babies, which implies he wants American-born white children.
He wants toddler white nationals.
That may be part of the intent. But as someone who also struggled with infertility, Manny and I went through our entire life savings to have our children. There was no insurance. We were fortunate enough to have a home that his parents gave us a down payment for, and we borrowed against our entire home and lost and our entire savings to have our 2 beautiful children. And so,
okay, so why is Sunny making it about herself? There's actually women that's truly going through things right now, and you literally have a driver waiting on you outside. Okay, stop. Like, she literally just makes stuff about her 24/7. And they make it about race. He just truly wants white babies, and he just wants... Man, nobody said that.
So the fact that something like this is available, where you do have help with IVF, that you do have help with the drugs, the IVF drugs, I think is a win. There's so much to criticize Donald Trump for, especially his racism and his xenophobia, and his misogyny. Yes. But these particular things, where you have an account, a Trump account, where your children can have $200,000 when they're 18 years old, and the help with infertility, which is also a crisis in this country, I think you call a thing, and I think these are good policies.
I think one thing about it, and it truly just goes to show you on how they continue to have this, to allow this on ABC. I truly don't get it. I truly don't get it. It's not, it's literally like, y'all know I'm not going to bring up race, but you literally have here, I'm not really sure, obviously you have, and it's not like it's a very, very horrible thing. I mean, you literally have it to where it's a little diverse, obviously. On here, not trying to make it race, bringing up race or anything like that. Not even to say that you even got to do that. Everything is right. Like, it's not like it's, oh yeah, let me put a baby in a Trump bib and place it on his website. This looks like a cool. It's a cool website. It's a cool website to get information, y'all. I don't know. It literally just goes to show you on how sickening things can be when it comes down to the view. Y'all let me know y'all comments down below. I feel like I've talked a lot, and I definitely apologize. But hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.